Welcome to Narc Abuse No More, where we're here to help educate you about narcissistic abuse because your feelings do matter. Hi, and welcome to another broadcast of Narc Abuse No More with your host, Dr. and Evangelist K.O. Rich. Thanks for tuning in today. Today is Monday, April the 25th of 2022. I pray that you've had a blessed, stress-free, narcissistic-free, abuse-free week so far, and that the remainder of this week will continue to be so as well. But if not, we're going to be talking about a few things today. Again, my name is Dr. K.O. Rich with Narc Abuse No More, where we're here to help you admit what you feel in order to heal from the effects of narcissistic abuse, because your feelings do matter. Yes, they do. But before we go on with today's broadcast, I would like to invite you to visit us on our website at www.narcabusenomore.org. Again, that website address is www.narcabusenomore.org. And on our website, you'll find valuable information regarding narcissism, regarding relationships. You can also listen to previous broadcasts. If you have missed any, then go on our website and check it out, because we're on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Central on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Play, iTunes, Deezer, Castbox, and we're also on YouTube and Rumble. And did I fail to mention, which I think I did, I failed to mention that we are on Amazon Audible. So if you have Audible, then you can listen to us from there. And if all else fails, just go directly to our website. Again, that website address is www.narcabusenomore.org, or you can type in narcissisticabusenomore.com. Again, that's narcissisticabusenomore.com. All right, what are we talking about today? Oh, let me just mention one thing. If you're not able to listen to us at the time that we air, you can always catch us in the archives. Download your favorite app, put us in the favorites. As if you're on YouTube and Rumble, all you gotta do is select those notifications, and hopefully they'll send those notifications and you can catch us at the time of your choice. All right, we're talking about manipulation tactics used by narcissists, psychopaths, and sociopaths. Manipulation tactics used by narcissists, psychopaths, and sociopaths. Now, we know that when it comes to being manipulated by those that have those narcissistic tendencies, whether they have narcissistic personality disorder, whether they're a sociopath, a psychopath, or whatever the case may be, that this is one of the tactics, one of the things that they love to use. Well, I'm going to say one of their tools that's in their arsenal is manipulation. And you need to know what to look for when you are potentially being manipulated by a person. And you might feel like, well, I want to help this person. I want to, be nice to this person. I'm not saying be mean, but I'm just saying right now, you want to know what to look for so that you will not be manipulated. Before we go on with today's broadcast, I want to give you the National Domestic Violence Hotline number at 1-800-799-7233. That's 1-800-799-SAFE, 1-800-799-7233. You can also visit the hotline.org. That's their website address, thehotline.org. You can also text the word START to 88788. Text the word START to 88788. If you are in an abusive situation and you are very much concerned about your safety, and let me just say this, you might say, be rationalizing that, oh, well, they didn't mean it. Please get help. please get out of that situation as safely as possible. And these people can help you to give you a sense of what direction to go in order to bring that about. If you're dealing with mental health issues, you can call the National Alliance on Mental Health at 1-800-950-6264. That's 1-800-950-6264 in order to get some information about that. And the National Suicide Prevention Hotline is 1-800-723-8255. All right. When you're dealing with narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, they are master manipulators. And they love to use people for their benefit. And you might find yourself haven't been used by this person. But let me just say this. You need to know the tactics that they use. You need to know what it is that you need to be looking for so that you can ensure that you're not being manipulated. You will only know that if you recognize the signs. Oftentimes, people that are in relationships have rose-colored glasses on, and they fail to look at the signs, to realize the signs, to even acknowledge the signs and embrace the truth of the reality concerning their relationship. So we want to talk about some of these manipulative tactics that are used by narcissists, psychopaths, and sociopaths. Number one, lying. We know that a lie is opposite of the truth. And manipulators will use whatever they can to get what they want, to have someone to do what they want, to spread the blame, pass the blame, never accept any responsibility for their actions or their decisions that they made. So they will use deception. This is something to look out for. And let me just say this. In any relationship, you cannot have a good relationship if it is based on falsehood. You cannot have a thriving relationship of any kind if it's based upon lies. And when you have someone that is constantly lying to you, you cannot have a solid foundation when it comes to that relationship. There's always going to be cracks in the foundation because the foundation is built on lies. So if you have someone that is lying to you, if you have someone that you're catching in lies all the time, that is not a healthy relationship. You're more than likely being manipulated in order for them to accomplish whatever it is. If they're cheating on you and they're lying about it, then they're manipulating you to make you stay in that relationship, to not see the truth of whatever it is. If you suspect that they are lying, then you need to reevaluate that relationship. Number two, insulting comments. Manipulators know what buttons to push. They know your weaknesses. You can be the most calm person, but when you have a manipulator, when you're dealing with narcissists, psychopaths, and sociopaths, they definitely know which buttons to push, and they will push it for their benefit. They will also push these buttons to hurt you, and this oftentimes what it is hurting you when they're pushing your buttons, when they're trying to draw you into an argument. And let me just say this. This is something that you definitely have to be careful of when you're dealing with a narcissist. They will say things in order to draw you into an argument and then pass the buck, deflect to make it look like it was you the one that started it. They are master crafts at their game, all right? They play the game quite well. And the only way that you will avoid the game is by knowing the rules to the game so that you will not get drawn in and you will not play it. Now, let me just say this. They're very manipulative, so they're able to come out of any kind of bag in order to draw you in, and sometimes you might fall for the trap. If you do, just pick yourself back up, brush yourself off, and start over again. They're very manipulative. All right, this is what this is talking about today. Is they are manipulative, and they will push your buttons. They will insinuate things. They will say things that they know is going to hurt you. And then they will deny that they did it and make it seem as if it was all on you. Number 3, discourage and criticize. One thing that these type of individuals, these master manipulators, love to do is criticize people. They can't handle it themselves. They cannot handle it because it will crush their ego. However, they love to crush your self-esteem. So they will do things and say things and try to discourage you from accomplishing your dreams, discourage you from accomplishing your goals, discourage you from being around other people. They will criticize your friends. They will criticize your family. They will criticize anyone that they know supports you. They will make you feel as if you don't deserve to have anyone that loves you and accept you for you. They want everyone to view you through their mindset, which is twisted, distorted, and therefore they will discourage and criticize you from doing things in life or being around people in a way that they're trying to isolate you from other people. Number 4, they will diminish and dismiss you. We often say on this broadcast every time we air that your feelings do matter. Well, when you're dealing with master manipulators, when you're dealing with psychopaths and sociopaths, they could care less about your feelings. Your feelings don't matter to them, so they dismiss them. They diminish them. They overlook them. They don't value you. The goal is to make you feel as little as possible. So this is part of their manipulation tactic where they feel as if they're the strong one and you're the weak one. They don't care about your opinions. They don't care about your ideas. They don't care about your cries for help. They don't care about you. It's all about them. So they would dismiss your ideas, your opinions, your values, your cries for help, and make you feel as if you're nothing. Number 5, you have manipulators that will monitor and stalk their victims. They're always in the shadows. I'm not talking about on the literal sense, which some have been known to do that, and that's why we have laws that deal with stalking, anti-stalking bills. But they also will go on your social media accounts. They will also try to keep count a monitor of what people are saying, what you're saying. They'll go through your phones. They'll go through your social media pages. They'll try to find out through others what you may have been saying. It's like they have their own CIA agency. Okay, they have surveillance. Big Brother is watching you, and they're not so brotherly. Number 6, they will intrude and interrupt. They don't want you to express your feelings. They have no respect for anyone's boundaries. So therefore, rules are for thee and not for me. This is the mindset of the master manipulator. Rules are for thee, but not for me. They want to establish rules for you. They want to establish the bar for you, but they will never adhere to those same rules or that standard that they set for you themselves. They will also try to disrespect your boundaries. So if you lay boundaries or you lay some ground rules, they feel that it's meant to be broken. All rules are meant to be broken when it comes in the mind of these master manipulators. Therefore, they will not respect your boundaries. And this is why it's so important for you to stand your ground. I believe that law is in Florida, if I'm right, stand your ground. That means for this particular situation that you will have to stand your ground when it comes to the narcissists, the psychopath, the sociopaths, because they don't care about your boundaries. It's all about them, and every chance that they can get to intrude or interrupt or disrespect, they will do it at your expense. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Love and happiness, yeah, something that can make you do wrong, make you do right, yeah. love and happiness. But wait a minute, something's going wrong. Someone's on the phone, 3 o'clock in the morning, yeah, talking about how she can make it right, yeah. Happiness is when you really feel good about somebody. There's nothing wrong being in love with someone, yeah. Oh, baby, love and happiness. Love and happiness. Oh. I'll be good to you. We'll be together. Yeah. See each other. Walk away with victory. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, baby. Love and happiness. Oh, yeah. Love and happiness. Stay out all night long. Oh, love. Wait a minute. Let me tell you. Power, love. Hey, hey, hey. Love is, wait a minute. Love is walking together, talking together, saying together, being together, yeah. Saying what I'm on. Love, for love.
Love and Happiness, and that is by Al Green. Love and happiness, and you will not have any love and happiness when you're dealing with these narcissists, psychopaths, and sociopaths. You need some love and happiness. That's right, you surely do. Number 7, deflection, diversion, and evasion. When you ask a manipulator a direct question, they will lie, they will deflect, they will divert, and they will evade the conversation altogether. And when you can't talk honestly with someone, then guess what? You don't have a stable, healthy relationship. It's going to be toxic because you cannot trust anything that person says. Number 8, amplification. The manipulator will shout out your failures and whisper your success. They want everyone to know where you fail at, where you may have failed at, because for them, it makes them feel good. But then when you are successful with something, then you will not hardly hear anything from them. Your accomplishments will never be noticed. You will never be celebrated. And even if they manage to give you some fake compliment, you can believe that it will be fake. They cannot stand for others to surpass them. They cannot stand for others to succeed them. They cannot stand for others to be celebrated. Why? Because these type of individuals always want the attention. They always feel the need that they have to be the center of attention. And when they're not getting that, then they have a problem with it, and so therefore they will belittle you. And you can be have accomplished a lot in life, and they will still find a way to belittle you. Number 9, emotional blackmail. They when you want someone's affection and they know you do, guess what these master manipulators will do? They will withhold it. They will not give it to you because they want you to feel as if you have to have their confirmation, their approval, and they feel that they hold the keys to your identity and your self-esteem, and they will threaten to withhold the emotional support that they know that you're longing for. And this is why you never give anyone the keys to your heart when you're dealing with a master manipulator. When you know someone is like this and they have the keys to your heart, you are in big trouble if you give them those keys. You have to be careful. The Bible lets us know to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. You be wise. Guard your heart. And let me just say this. I believe in prayer. Ask God, is this the person that you should be investing in for your heart, for your relationship? Many people have winded up with broken hearts. We all have, with broken hearts, because we invested in the wrong person. That's right. We invested in the wrong person. Spiritually, you let them get a hold to you spiritually. Some people have those soul ties. Emotionally, they're in your head, running movie marathons in your head, and you wondering, why am I not progressing, moving forward in life? Why am I feeling as if I don't matter, as if I'm not enough? And a lot of that has to do with the emotional blackmail that you may have encountered from these type of individuals, and you're finding it hard to be free from it. So, emotional blackmail. Let me just say this. Take a moment to say this. I want to thank you all. I try my best whenever someone sends me an email or sends a gift, monetary. Some of you give to the PayPal account that's on my website. I want to say thank you. I try my best to take out time to write each individual person via email in response to your emails or your messages or your monetary gifts that you have given into my into the account for us on PayPal. And I want to thank you because it is greatly appreciated, and I just really want to thank you all. And so I believe everyone that has donated, I have responded to you personally. If not, I do apologize, and I try my best to respond personally when I get those monetary gifts, because often your emails is attached to the PayPal account where I can respond. And I want to just say thank you. It does not go unnoticed. It is greatly appreciated. All right, number 10. Emotional barriers. Whenever a victim gets upset and question the master manipulator or say something or complain about something that they're doing, the manipulator will turn the focus on your anger instead of them addressing the situation. It is amazing how these people will flip the script. You could be going through pain because of something that they did, but they don't focus on what they did to you. They focus on you just being upset about what they have done. They're focused on your reaction, as if you have no reason to feel frustrated. You have no reason to feel angry. You have no reason to be upset. And so what is their goal is to suppress your emotions. And this way, they don't have to deal with it. In this way, they don't have to answer for what they have done. Because once they disregard it, once they suppress it, once they dismiss it, in their mind, they can go on. Because after all, for them, your feelings don't matter. And this is why I often say here it is for you. You have to ensure that your feelings matter. They have to first matter to you. And what do I mean by that? Don't hide your feelings when you're dealing with someone that has abused you. And when that person does not care what they've done to you, then it's time to reevaluate that relationship and say, you know what, this is not beneficial for my emotional health. It's not conducive to my stability mentally, spiritually, physically, and therefore I have to reevaluate where this person needs to be in my life. Because sometimes people don't need to be in your life if they're toxic. And yes, as Christians, Paul said that we're to be at peace with all people as much as possible. And remember, he said as much as possible, because sometimes it's impossible to be at peace with some people that are always bringing drama, stress, strife in your life. Number 11, the master manipulators, they love to put you on a guilt trip. This is one of their special type of intimidation tactics. They love to make you feel guilty for even having your own boundaries, for standing your ground, for being that independent person. When you finally are able to say, you know what, I can't do this anymore, they will put you on a guilt trip if you don't do whatever it is that they want you to do. And they could care less about what you feel. It's all about them. Nothing is good enough for them. So therefore, they will always try to put you on a guilt trip if they don't get what they want. You could be the best person there is to them, have done a lot for them, been everything to them, and they will still put you on a guilt trip, because nothing is ever enough when you're dealing with these type of individuals. I'm going to skip down a little bit because it's 41 of these and we're not going to get to all of them. But number 14, I'm skipping down to number 14. And if you want this list, go to abusewarrior.com, abusewarrior.com. Number 14, objectifying. The manipulator treats you as a tool. They want you for their own purpose. They don't care how it hurts you. They don't care how it might destroy you emotionally, mentally, or however else. They always want you to be their object. Therefore, they can sexually abuse you, they can damage you, they can destroy you for their own pleasure, for their own gratification. You're not a human being to them. You're just a mere object. And with that, whatever they can't get from you, then they're going to dismiss you. They objectify you. Number 15, shaming. This is used by manipulators to humiliate you and put you down into compliance. They will humiliate you. They will treat you with disgust, contempt. In the Bible, one of David's sons, I can't think his name right now. Not Absalom, is I can't think his name. It started with an A as well. Anyway, it slipped my mind, but Absalom was Absalom's half brother. He raped their sister Tamar, and he tricked her and tricked his father David into sending her to his room. He acted as if he was sick. He was so-called in love with her, and he wanted her. And so he took some unwise counsel from one of his advisors, and he tricked her into coming into his room to cook for him. When she got there, he raped her. This is his own sister, his half-sister. And when he did what he did, then he treated her with disgust and had her kicked out the room in disgrace. One of the things that manipulators will do is try to shame you, humiliate you, make you feel worthless, make you appear inadequate so that they can control you. And it's a cycle. And let me just say this. When you're dealing with manipulators, you have to be careful of the times when I'm going to use a narcissistic term, when they love bomb you. What do we mean by love bomb? Love bomb is when they're showering you with gifts, showering you with praises. For a while, you're the best thing since chocolate cake, and then they will flip the script on you. Because this is a vicious cycle, okay? They will flip the script and then shame you. You can never, when you're dealing with narcissists, you can never believe them for what they show. Oftentimes, and what I mean by that, sometimes they will show the charming side. Sometimes they will show the manipulative side. You can believe that the Mr. Hyde is underneath the Dr. Jekyll. And we've often talked about this, how, if you remember the story of Dr. Jekyll, the upstanding doctor, a sound citizen, a productive citizen in society. Everybody admired him. Everybody respected him. But then he took this portion, he had this potion he made, and he became Mr. Hyde. So in the daytime, he was Dr. Jekyll. At night, he was Mr. Hyde. He was killing people, abusive. This is how, in a sense, the narcissist, the psychopath, the sociopath, these manipulators are emotionally, is that they will be the Dr. Jekyll and the Mr. Hyde. And you cannot, the Bible talks about a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So people oftentimes will ask, well, why does that person stay in this abusive relationship? And it's because they're on that abuse roller coaster where they want to see the good things. You talk about cognitive dissonance, where they want to see the good things in a person, and so they go back to the times when the person was nice, when the person was sweet, when they did things for them. But then at the end of this day, this person is still the monster. This person is still the beast. This person is still that abuser that hurt, wounded, and victimized you. So you have to embrace the truth if you want to be able to understand and get out of the situation that you're in with this abuser. And we often talk about make sure you do it as safely as possible. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
I'm so in love with you. Whatever you want to do is all right with me. 'Cause you make me feel you weather, times are good and bad, happy or sad. Ooh, yeah. Well, the times are good and bad, happy or sad. Why somebody, why people break up? Oh, and turn around and make up. I just came to see you'd never do that to me, would you, baby? 'Cause being around you is all I see, is what I want to do. We ought to stay together, loving you weather, times are good and bad, happy and sad. Let's stay together, loving you weather.
And that is Let's Stay Together by Al Green. Let's stay together. But let me just say this. If you are in an abusive situation, you do not stay in that abusive situation. And this is why it is so important to try to have how would I put this? How try to know what to look for before you get into these situations and be with the wrong people. We have all made mistakes, but we don't have to continue in those mistakes. We learn from those mistakes. Number 16, the victim often deals with blaming. When you're dealing with master manipulators, you're going to be blamed for everything. They're going to blame you for bringing their abuse upon yourself, because they're going to say that you're the reason why. You often hear this if you're in an abusive situation, or you have been, well, you made me. Don't nobody make you do anything. All right, you made me hit you. You made me do this. You made me do that. They would never take responsibility for what they did. If you had not done X, then I would not have done Z. All right, this is the mindset. They never take responsibility for their actions. Number 17, invalidation. Whenever the manipulator doesn't get what they want, they will try to invalidate you. They want to cause you pain. They want to make you feel as if you're off balance. They will try to invalidate you, make you feel like your pain is irrelevant, make you feel as if your grief is not real. And this is their way to control and manipulate you. Let me just say this. If you are being hurt by someone, your pain is real. Now, that manipulator, that narcissist, that psychopath, sociopath, they don't want you to be in touch with your feelings, but you have to be in touch with your feelings. Your feelings do matter, and they have to first matter to you. And I often say this, your feelings have to first matter to you. We're going to do one more, and then we're going to end for today's broadcast. And I mentioned this before, love bombing. When you finally decide that, hey, I'm not going to take this anymore, or if you're in this abusive relationship and this person has repeatedly done it over and over and over again, you often find that they will love bomb you by what we mean buying you nice gifts, taking you out for dinner, or maybe on vacation, after they've done all the horrible things to you, then they come back with what we call love bombing. They will lavish you with gifts, lavish you with affection and attention, give you those things that they know you've been wanting from them. Why? So they can get back into your good graces and do it all over again. When you're dealing with abuse, you're dealing with cycles. You're going to have some ups, you're going to have some downs. And I'm not talking about your regular relationships. I'm talking about abuse. Every relationship is work. It's work. But when you're dealing with abuse, that's a whole different ball game. No one has to be abused. No one should be abused. No one should be abused. And when you have someone abusing you, that's not your fault. That's their fault for doing it. Now, the thing is that you have to make the decision. Am I going to continue to allow this person to abuse me? And if you want that abuse to end, guess what? Make the first step in talking to someone. If you need help, talk to someone. Don't struggle alone. The abuser wants to isolate you. These manipulators, they want to make you think you're crazy. They want to gaslight you. They want you to feel as if it's something wrong with you. They will even do what's called triangulation to try to make you feel as if everybody else is on their side. No. Most people, when they know someone is being abused, is not on the side of the abuser. However, you do have those that what we call flying monkeys that are enablers. And when they are enabling the abuse, then guess what you have to do? You have to try to get out that whole dynamics, those dynamics, that circle of friends that they have, and have your own separate support system. Now, it's often hard when you've been isolated because this abuser has caused you to be isolated from friends and family. But guess what? Those who really love you, they're not going anywhere, and they will accept you back. You know, the Bible talks about the prodigal son, and you had these two sons, and this one son wanted to go and live life on his own and do his own thing, so he wanted his inheritance ahead of time, and so his father gave it to him, and he went and spent it all on wild living and everything. But the thing is, the moral to the story was when he came back, his father was waiting for him. His father was even looking for him and welcomed him back with open arms. And that's the thing. When you have those who truly love you, they will welcome you back with open arms and try to help you to get out of the situation. No one wants to see anyone abused. If you have a true friend, someone who loves you, they're not going to want you to be abused. But you have to be the one to make the decision. Because if you're not ready to make that decision to leave that individual as safely as possible, then nothing no one say or do can make that happen. Only you. All right, we are up out of here. I pray that today's broadcast has been a blessing to you, and that you will know that your feelings, they do matter. And please, if you're in an abusive relationship, get out as safely as possible. This is Dr. K.O. Rich with Narcissistic Abuse No More. Until next time.